as a Supreme Court, we're going to send her home, not let her handle any cases while her indictment her criminal complaint against her is pending. She'll still get paid and all of that. Now, you could be up in arms in it. I mean, when I first read about it, I'm like, there we go, Wisconsin Supreme Court. But then I remembered, it leans to the left. They're trying, as Democrats often try to do, is play by the rules. They're trying to give the appearance of propriety to the public, and having her with this hanging over her head right now is not a good look. Look, there had been a groundswell of support for Judge Dugan. Just to recap what happened there, just for people that are kind of tuning in late here. On the 18th of April, she was conducting, as a criminal court judge, she was conducting her docket. She had about 7 or 8 cases on the docket that day. One of them involved a guy named Flores Ruiz. He was there on a domestic violence charge, a battery charge. While she was there, her bailiffs or courtroom personnel heard a commotion out in the hallway, found 6 or so federal immigration officers out there wanting to execute an arrest. They had an arrest warrant, so they said. They were directed to go talk to the chief judge. This is about the 3rd time in that courthouse that it happened. The state court judges were not happy about it. It made them look bad. It kind of crapped all over the administration of justice in Wisconsin. It makes people go underground, not want to come to court for their court appearances because they might get picked up by the feds. And there's other ways to do it. You just wait outside. I mean, if the national database or the database or fingerprint registry tells you that a person's showing up and he's also on your list, well, then just execute it in another way. Don't make the judges complicit in your policies. Now, Trump's been he's been itching for a fight with judges, as we know, forever, especially in the last 3 months. In his first term in 2019, he had arrested another judge in Massachusetts, Shelley Joseph. Eventually, her charges were dropped and she was returned to the bench. But I'm sure it was a upheaval in her life, because he's looking for a poster child to go after. I have a theory that he set up Dugan. She's a person that worked formerly for Catholic Charities. She's liberal. She's worked for legal aid, so they may have set her up. That's sort of my working theory. When she hears the commotion, she comes outside. She says, "What are you guys here for?" The ICE says, "We're here to pick up Flores Ruiz. We understand he's on your docket." She said, "Let me see your warrant." Proper. They show her the warrant. It's not even a judge warrant. It's an administrative warrant coming out of ICE. She said, "That come back to me when you have a proper arrest warrant by a judge. You're talking to a judge. I want a judge warrant." And the difference, I'll just sum it up for you this way. If the ICE showed up with that administrative warrant and knocked on a door of a house or an apartment, the person on the other side would not have to open the door, because that's not a proper search or arrest warrant. Okay? And the judge was like, get that out of my face. Go get me a judge arrest warrant. In the meantime, go do this somewhere else. Right? Effectively. While they were outside the courtroom, when her hearing was over and she was done processing Flores Ruiz, she directed, this is the allegations, she directed Flores Ruiz and his lawyer out a side door. They went out a side door into a public hallway, but away from where the agents were, and they made their way to the elevator. I think they got almost out or just about out. They were caught. As I said before, based on my reading of the criminal complaint, since the ICE agents already knew that he was going to be there, all they had to do was set up outside. Just set up outside. You have his photo. You know he came through a metal detector. You know he's unarmed. This should be easy. This should be like, shooting fish in a barrel, as they say. But that's not how they wanted to do it. They wanted to embarrass Dugan. They wanted to embarrass Wisconsin. And now we've got this new reporting, which I didn't want the headline to disturb people, so I wanted to explain it. She has not been disciplined by the Wisconsin Supreme Court. She has not been fired. She has not been sent away without pay. She's on a temporary administrative leave. The next step in the process is some federal prosecutor in the Eastern District of Wisconsin's got to pull together a grand jury. There's probably a grand jury already impaneled, 20 to 23 people, and convince the majority of them that Hannah Dugan should be charged with some crime for probable cause. I'm not sure that's that easy in Wisconsin, especially she's a folk hero at this point. But we will see. If he somehow or she somehow gets the indictment, then there's going to be a trial and discussions, because I doubt the Pam Bondi Department of Justice is going to cut Dugin any breaks. They're going to try to take this case all the way to trial. And I know from listening to the lawyers for Dugin, they're not going to bend over. They're not going to fold and take a deal because she wants to return to the bench. So we may be heading for a public trial about this issue, but that's only if the prosecutors are able to even obtain a indictment. We will see. If they can't obtain the indictment, this case is over. But I wanted to give you the report right here. What's going on with the Hannah Dugin case? It's an important case. We follow cases like this to their ends here on the Midas Touch Network. And while you're here, take a moment. We have a channel that we do in collaboration with Midas Touch. It's called Legal AF MTN. And I got some other so come over there, hit that subscribe button. And I got some other great news. Come over to our Substack for Legal AF, which I curate as well. It's a great way to support this independent commentary and analysis that we do on Legal AF. So just go to Substack and put in Legal AF, and there you'll find it. And if you subscribe to it, you'll get some amazing content you can't get anywhere else, but only on the Legal AF Substack. So until my next report, I'm Michael Popok. In collaboration with the Midas Touch Network, we just launched the Legal AF YouTube channel. Help us build this pro-democracy channel where I'll be curating the top stories at the intersection of law and politics. Go to YouTube now and free subscribe at Legal AF MTN. That's at Legal AF MTN.